Semen retention is the rebellion against instant gratification, the choice to master desire instead of obey it. In holding your seed, you hold your focus, your fire, your creative charge. Each moment of restraint sharpens purpose, transforming fleeting lust into lasting power. Discipline and self-command in a distracted world. In every generation, there arises a quiet crisis hidden beneath the noise of progress, the loss of patience. The world has accelerated into a blur of dopamine hits, notifications, and instant results. Pleasure has become a product, an urgency its salesman. The seductress of modern life is not a person, it is the promise of immediate. She whispers that you can have everything now without earning it, that comfort is the new currency of success. But behind that whisper lies a paradox. The more easily you receive, the weaker your capacity to hold. Discipline has become rebellion. In a world that glorifies convenience, choosing effort feels almost radical. We scroll, we click, we consume, and we call it living. Yet the human spirit was not designed for constant ease. It was designed to strive, to create, to conquer inner resistance. Instant gratification flatters the senses but robs the soul. It trades potential for pacification. Each time you yield to it, a small portion of your will is sold off for temporary pleasure. Over time, the price becomes identity itself. You forget what it felt like to hunger for something real. The seductress comes in many forms. She may appear as comfort, distraction, or validation. She may wear the face of entertainment, luxury, or social approval. She doesn't demand worship. She demands your attention. And once she has it, she doesn't need to destroy you. She simply keeps you entertained long enough for your fire to go out on its own. That is her genius, the slow theft of ambition disguised as rest. The paradox is that by chasing gratification, you lose the ability to feel gratification. Pleasure, once abundant, becomes numb. The modern individual mistakes stimulation for satisfaction. We confuse reaction with progress, and comfort with peace. But comfort is not peace, it's anesthesia. Peace is earned through alignment when actions reflect intention. Every time you choose the harder path, you remind your body who commands it. Every time you delay gratification, you deepen your capacity for creation. The paradox of restraint is that what feels like denial in the moment becomes freedom in the long run. You are not avoiding life's pleasures. You are preparing to experience them fully. Instant gratification thrives on distraction because distraction kills depth. A person who cannot stay with a single task, a single thought, or a single feeling long enough to understand it becomes fragmented. Focus is the rarest form of currency today. Every ping, every scroll, every small surrender to the easy option trains the mind to flee from discomfort. But greatness lives beyond discomfort. The man or woman who learns to sit with unease, to breathe through boredom, to wait while the world rushes, discovers a power that the impulsive never will. Mastery of attention. Modern success stories often hide this truth. They sell the illusion of speed, overnight wealth, viral fame, instant status. But all lasting success follows an older law: compound effort. Every extraordinary life is built from hundreds of ordinary days spent resisting the easy way. The paradox of the seductress is that she rewards you instantly but punishes you later, while discipline punishes you instantly but rewards you forever. The wise choose the delayed reward. The foolish chase the temporary one and wonder why meaning evaporates. The psychology behind this is simple yet profound. Every act of self-control strengthens neural circuits of resilience. Every indulgence, without restraint, weakens them. The human brain was built to balance pleasure and purpose. But modern society overloads the pleasure side until the scale collapses. The result is chronic fatigue of the spirited generation, overstimulated yet underfulfilled. When everything is available, nothing feels valuable. The seductress thrives in that void, promising meaning through more consumption, yet each indulgence deepens the hollow. Rejecting instant gratification is not about self-denial, it's about energy management. Energy, not time, is the true currency of life. When you give in to every impulse, you scatter your energy across 1,000 trivial pursuits. When you practice restraint, you concentrate it like a laser. Focused energy becomes creativity, productivity, and magnetism. It becomes leadership. A leader is not someone who controls others, but someone who first controls themselves. The paradox of control is that it begins with surrender, not to desire, but to purpose. In the modern world, patience has become a lost art. We worship speed, yet forget that depth requires slowness. Relationships, mastery, innovation are built on the foundation of sustained focus. The seductress of instant gratification hates slowness because slowness forces you to feel, to reflect, to confront emptiness. When you move too fast, you escape yourself. When you slow down, you meet your shadows. In that meeting, though uncomfortable, is where transformation begins. Technology magnifies this paradox. Every algorithm is a mirror of our cravings. It feeds us exactly what keeps us clicking, never what keeps us growing. The economy of attention has turned the human psyche into a marketplace where distraction sells better than wisdom. The true rebellion now is to reclaim your mind. To disconnect not from the world but from the trance of immediacy, to relearn the language of stillness, where clarity is not shouted but whispered. True strength in the modern era is not brute force. It is emotional stamina. It's the capacity to stay the course while others quit for comfort. The seductress offers shortcuts, but every shortcut bypasses transformation. When you take the long road, you don't just reach the destination, you become someone worthy of it. The journey refines you, teaches endurance, cultivates humility. It's not about earning external success, it's about internal evolution. Consider the craftsman who spends decades perfecting his art, or the athlete who trains through injury, or the thinker who revises a single idea for years. Their greatness is born not of luck but of discipline against the lure of ease. They understood the paradox, that passion matures only through patience. When you reject instant gratification, you create space for excellence to emerge. Excellence is slow magic. It cannot be microwaved. There is a quiet nobility in restraint. It's not the flashy heroism of dramatic sacrifice, but the subtle heroism of consistency. The world may never see the hours you resisted distraction, the temptations you declined, the effort you poured into unseen preparation, but life sees this, reality, records every choice. The rewards of patience compound invisibly until, one day, the results seem inevitable to everyone, except you, the one who knows how many temptations you've defeated in silence. The Seductress Paradox also applies to emotions. Modern culture encourages expression without processing, reaction without reflection. We chase emotional gratification, likes, approval, outrage rather than understanding. But emotional maturity comes from observing rather than indulging every feeling. You don't repress emotion by observing it, you refine it. In that pause between impulse and action lies your power. That pause is where wisdom lives. The spiritual dimension of this paradox is ancient. Every tradition, from Stoicism to Buddhism, teaches that desire without discipline leads to suffering. The goal is not to extinguish desire, but to master it. Desire is fire, it can cook your meal or burn your house. Instant gratification throws fuel on every spark. Restraint channels it toward creation. The modern mind must relearn sacred restraint as an act of self-respect, not suppression. Rejecting the seductress of immediacy does not mean renouncing joy. It means upgrading your relationship with it. Real joy is not intensity, but depth. It arrives quietly, after effort, after contribution, after patience. It's the fulfillment that follows mastery, the calm that follows completion, the satisfaction that follows service. That kind of joy cannot be bought or downloaded. It must be earned. In relationships, the paradox plays out daily. Genuine connection requires time, vulnerability, and presence, qualities incompatible with instant gratification. The culture of swipes and scrolls conditions us to treat people like content, yet the human heart resists commodification. The ones who learn to slow down, to listen deeply, to invest energy rather than attention, build bonds that outlast trends. The seductress offers chemistry. Patience creates connection. As the noise of the world grows louder, the temptation to react grows stronger. But silence is the new strength. Reflection is the new rebellion. Every time you pause before responding, every time you breathe before indulging, you are training your nervous system for greatness. You are reclaiming sovereignty from the algorithms of impulse. In that stillness, ideas mature, vision expands, and character solidifies. Ultimately, rejecting instant gratification is not about morality, it's about mastery. It is about choosing to be the sculptor of your life, rather than the raw materials shaped by external forces. The Seductress Paradox teaches that what you resist controls you until you understand it, and once you understand it, you transcend it. The reward of discipline is not the absence of temptation, but the presence of choice. The future belongs to those who can wait, who can build, who can endure. The impatient will always serve the patient. The distracted will always work for the focused. The weak will always follow the strong. And strength in the modern world is not physical, it is psychological. It is the ability to stay centered while the world spins. In mastering restraint, you become the calm in the storm, the architect amid chaos, the creator among consumers. So, when the seductress of instant gratification calls again, and she will smile, but do not follow. Let her promises pass through you like smoke. Turn instead toward the long road, the quiet work, the delayed reward. There, in the space between desire and decision, lies the source of all real power, the unbroken will. Now, before you go channel that incredible energy, you know the drill. Hit that like button to send a signal to the algorithm. And if you haven't yet joined the movement, smash subscribe right now. I want to know where the power is flowing from, so drop your location in the comments below. And for those deep questions and direct access, our Telegram channel is where the real growth happens. The link to join our inner circle is waiting for you in the description. Go, be a force. Share this with one person who needs this fire today. Have a powerful day.